So I coached this guy 2 months ago, and he was Plat 4. He is Diamond 1 now. He broke peak 2 months after the coaching session, and now he wants to get a session. He's ready to make the step past Masters. So this will be a really good session. It'll be a good one.
Preferably, I like to have him lose the XP of these 3 melees.
Nah, and this is fine entirely because we're just stacking Conquer basically. And this is what is so strong about double adaptive. Notice how at level 1 you have 101 AD.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody else can actually like come close to that. Like, it's kind of crazy when you take double adaptive. Like, we look at everybody else on the map, like 76, 75, and that's why it's so strong to take double adaptive. I think that your early fights will be great. This is, by the way, this is another like camera control issue here, which is something I want you to work on much more. Like, just knowing where you, because right here in this fight, when you watch it on metal, you had it like this, right? So when he flashed off your screen, you actually didn't know where he was. You didn't know how far, you know what I mean? And your flash is actually short. Like, this isn't a full flash. Like, you could have gotten another auto attack on him, and you probably would have killed him, but you flashed short because your camera.
I think what I was trying to do is trying to hit the vital, and I didn't want to flash too forward because I didn't want to get hit by the turret, and so that's why I did a short flash.
But you didn't have to flash for the vital, though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. So look, let me see when you're fully stacked real quick. So we're at 12 now. Let me see his HP bar. So you actually wouldn't have killed him. You're doing so with his armor, even though you have 100 AD. If we go back and look at it like mathematically, he has 3 ticks left on an ignite. And then he's drinking potion as well. But then you're doing 70, what did it say, 74, 75 HP. So it'd be 75, and then he'd heal out the hit tick, so he'd survive with like 12 to 15 HP. Even if what my thought process more is that you didn't need to hit vital, is that you would flash down and still be out of tower range. You know what I'm saying? If you flash here and then you hit him, because you'd still be out of tower range right here in this little nook here.
Okay.
But we wouldn't have killed him anyways. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because we were doing 70 damage.
I think I was trying to beat him on the flash.
I see. I
Yeah.
got you. Do you know how to flash vital?
Yeah, you showed me, but I have not done it in game yet.
That's like an actual moment where you would do it, right?
Yeah.
It's like stuff like this.
It's because like it's just when I get in fights like that, like that idea of doing it is just like doesn't come across my mind.
But like that's why it's so important to practice it, right?
Yeah. Because
like the situations don't come often when you can do them, but when they do, and if you're actually able to do it consistently, then it's pretty darn important, right? You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, after looking back at it, like we can identify now that like flash is pretty unnecessary there. Like we kind of already won. We already won, and then he has to teleport back. Did you see what he typed too, which I thought was the funniest thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He said I got teleport, little boy. And then he proceeds to die, which is what I love the most about it. So this whole trade is great. So obviously this is considered a good death. We break shield here, and then we go for the kill under tower, which is massive. So obviously when going for a dive like that too, we always want to lead with parry, which we do. Like, well, you actually kill with parry, but leading with parry is typically better because you can do a full combo. So we want to auto EQ E2, right? And then the parry allows us to set up for that, so that even if he flashes, we know where he's going, right? If he has flash, but he doesn't have flash. So just imagine this play real quick. We're about to have parry up. Imagine if we just walk into him here. Imagine if we just parry right now.
Yeah.
So the parry would be the start of the combo, right? Parry is available right now. Now let's just say we parry him when he's on the corner with front-facing vital, and then he has slowed movement speed, and then we auto EQ E2. Honestly, I don't even know if we get to the E2 part, he just dies. Like, and you actually wouldn't die. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, you die to Graves because Graves is on the way, but if Graves wasn't there, you wouldn't die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just,
you're right.
Think about for tower dives that you always start with parry. Always start with parry, because then you can do the full combo without any resistance. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's a much scarier when you're relying on a sniper shot. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, once again, it's a good death. It's a great kill. I mean, it really makes the game very difficult for him. But I do think starting parry and then auto E, Q, E2 is the fastest way to deal as much damage as possible. Like, that's your best burst.
For sure. Yeah, no, I think I would have exploded him.
And I mean, and if Graves wasn't there, then you would survive, right? If you did it with parry first. Whoa, wait, what? Whoa, what happened to the video? Oh, is it that time? Oh, wait, I'm not ready. Hold on.
A few moments later.
Get ready to level up your gaming experience to the next level with Advanced GG. These guys have supplements from energy to focus, but trust me, focus is where the real magic happens. That's what I use all the time as well. Do you need an explosive burst of energy? Advanced GG Focus has got you covered. It's like sipping from the fountain of gaming stamina with a smoother and longer lasting effect that'll keep you in the zone for hours. From June 26th to June 29th, I will be doing a 4-day, 40-hour challenge powered by Advanced GG. During this time, all products will be 30% off. Don't miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to level up your gaming experience. Visit advancedgg.com, enter the code BRENNWOLF30, and secure your Advanced GG at an unbeatable discount. Okay, back to the video. Bye-bye. We get a good ward out. That's great. This play, by the way, this is... Okay, what I want you to really look at is how much damage you're taking from minions and why. So if you want to go for this kill, that's really like chill and all, like that's great, but you need to be. So we identify that we have a power spike right now. How am I going to get this kill? I'm not going to get this kill by trading with him into this minion wave. Let me trim this minion wave and wait. Right? Let me take those front-facing vitals and we'll wait for a while. And then when I get the wave like here, and he has to run all the way back here, that's when I can look for a kill, right? So why not just go for like hit this last minion, last hit on this minion, last hit on, let this shove back to us. But also, I don't want to just get chunked out by these minions. These minions are what are going to deal all the damage to you, right? So when I look at it, they are all on you. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 70, 75 damage per tick here. Boom, you're just getting blown up by these minions. You know what I mean? Okay. The minions did more damage than Malphite did. But if you just let this shove out, so and then once you took that trade like that, you lost the ability to cut down the wave and go for a kill. So we had to concede and let it push into the tower, right? But if we would have just focused on the minions first, because first things first, we got to manage our wave. So we manage our wave, which will allow us to set something up right here in this area where we can look for a kill.
Okay.
So we don't want to just go right in and like ooga booga, just take a trade with him and just hope that he's just an idiot. You know what I mean? And that we can just get a free kill.
Yeah, and I think that's what happened. I was like, oh, I can't thin the wave now. And that's all because what you said. Okay.
Yep. Because you can still like have that aggressive mindset and be like, I want to go for this kill, but first things first, I got to take care of, I got to take care of my to-do list before I can get that kill. So this is fine because he loses, minion after minion and he gets further behind, and we have our lead right now. What were we gonna say?
Nothing.
Level 6 is a fine play to go for this. It is. You were out of range there. Because you talked about that during the game. You were just a little bit out. Because we hit. The only issue is that you did the wrong. You split vitals instead of going in a counterclockwise or clockwise rotation. You needed to be coming out and then over, right? Because he can't defend. He can't defend bot vital on this wall. If you go left to bot, he can't defend this because if he sits on the wall and defends it, then he's gonna just stand there and die, right? So he has to keep running towards tower. Yeah, see, and then he just pushes you away. Yeah. And then you're hitting from yeah. So I like this, by the way. This is a good pull. I mean, it's really risky considering you didn't really know where Graves was, though, but I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to stack another wave here, which is great. But if you really wanted to do it a better way, is you take it and then you hold it here.
Hold it there?
Yep. So, like...
I feel like I would have got too low, though.
Nah, you're fine. He's not level 6. He's not going to kill you. But if you grab him, you pull him down, and then you set him right here for a second, just for a second, until this wave on minimap here comes to like midway point. Then you're fine, and then you can drop him and just queue over the wall, safe recall, get out of here. I mean, you're already taking the game. I mean, if Graves was here, then you were screwed anyways, to be fair, right?
I think he showed earlier on a ward, so that's why I just expected him not to be there.
Eh, he's still there. Let's see. He's pretty low. Yeah, I guess he
I
can.
think we even
No, you're
mentioned
fine.
that. I think we
Yeah, you're
mentioned
good.
that. He was like
We did
Graves
say,
mid.
yeah. But next time you do this, try to just hold it, because like he gives up on it here, right? He goes back. He's gonna. What is he gonna? You're worried about getting low. What's he gonna do? Miss out on all this, and then fall even further.
Honestly, I like. So you're saying to hold it till it gets to the midpoint?
Yeah. Just imagine if you stood right here for a second.
Yeah.
Just stand here.
Mhm.
All right, and then we would leave. We would leave right now through jungle. Leave through jungle. Queue over wall and recall, right? And then we would be leaving now, and we would just walk through, and then queue over the wall, get a safe recall, and then the minions would start walking, and that way this wave also gets hit by the tower.
Okay.
Because when you pull him back through like this, now look at him. Now if it's any other champion, or if he has cooldowns and he can clear this fast enough, he can actually, well, realistically, the best play for Malphite is actually to grab waves, so he should actually walk in front and just stand right here. But like these minions are pushed up now, so your initial melees are gonna aggro these melees and be out of tower range.
Okay.
So basically,
I
basically,
mean, that's good that you told me. Okay, go ahead.
basically what you did was for nothing. Because look,
Yeah.
yeah, but you had the right.
Okay. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I didn't even try to do that. My plan was just to bring chaos and just put pressure on him so he doesn't have an easy time farming. So it's like you either hit me or you hit the minion or you miss minions.
Well,
So I wanted just
okay.
to put his like just to throw off his just put chaos, just give him chaos where he can't, just simply just farm.
Well, you actually did. I mean, this is like a real. I mean, this is a wave management play right here. This is what. When you're that ahead, like, or when you're ahead, you can do this. Like, this is a real play where you just grab it and you hold it here and you wait for next wave. I do that sometimes as well, where I'll go behind and just grab wave, hold wave, stand right here, or like whatever, and then just queue over the wall and recall and just dip.
Yeah.
And then hold wave. I mean, this is a really good play, but it's like,
I didn't take it that far.
Yeah.
I should have.
I guess you didn't have that idea. You were just trying to call it. But now you know when you do that, you can just stand right here and just hold and then just leave. And then it will actually make your next wave crash as well. So that you get a double wave coming back to you.
For sure.
Because it gives you more time for a recall too when the next wave is going to hit. Then
Okay. Yeah, that's actually good to know. Yeah, I'm actually going to try to do that. Because I feel like I find myself in that situation all the time. Like I do that often. But I mostly try to do it so they kind of chase me. Like, my main goal is for them to chase me.
Well, if it's I mean, when it's Malphite, right? Like, that's a perfect play for him because he can't walk down and trade with you without missing minions. So it's just super solid. And then so what basically happens if you do that and you have extra time is you can actually catch wave here and then you can perma freeze.
Yeah.
Instead of catching it under tower. Where you can have like a real freeze set up right there. And now we're coming up on this into play. So what I want to look at really quick, we have the level lead, right? We have a whole level lead and we have a gold lead. So we go for this play, which is a fine idea, right? But we know that his flash timer is on your flash timer, right? He doesn't have inspiration and neither do you. So you guys have the same flash timer and you flash at the same time, right? So this whole play here is fine. We do our thing. But at this point, the play's done. Okay, right? Because once you know that he has flash and you know that he has R. So once again, you have to, now that you're getting up into, I mean, I know that you're peaking. Now that you're getting up into the higher elo games, you need to respect these players. Like you can't treat them like they're, you know what I mean? Like he wants you to do that, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he reacts instantly.
No, that's what I think. Me doing that was a reality. I'm like, oh shit, I have to respect these people now. I can't be doing that.
So
no, absolutely, I disrespected them.
So think about how good of a play it is if you just let him walk away. What is he going to do? Is he going to sit under the tower and try and defend it with 200 HP? I'm pretty sure you force a recall here. Like, I mean, I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, he could stay because he has flash and ulti, and maybe he feels like comfortable doing, like, staying. But at the same time, you can just hold this wave for a second and wait for next wave to come out on this wave, and then avoid allowing him to get any XP. Like, you can just zone and stand here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you're going to have a really big... Like, I would rather crash this wave plus this wave at the same time to get another... Be on another recall timer. Also have prio for Rift if Silas wants to come. Like, whatever it may be. But this is such a huge win just because you got all 4 vitals and you had him such low HP and you still had like 700 or 800 left. That letting him leave... Oh, he hit you with the gravestone. Even if you just walk away, it's just the biggest win. It's the biggest win ever. Because then because now he's allowed to come back in and fix this wave. He could set it up for a freeze for himself. He could cut it down to 4 casters and then recall, have a safe recall and come back, and lane is still in his favor and you have to respond to that. I'm going to be honest with you. The way he played this was garbage. He could have really punished you much harder than this.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think he overstayed and killed him. I think that's what happened.
No, he doesn't die. But think about this. What he could do, right, is he could just take this big wave here and cut it down to 4 casters now. And then he can just have it freeze right here. And then you have to come back and fix the freeze. And he gets to go and spend his money and come back full HP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got a little lucky that he was memeing on you.
So I feel like what you're saying, I feel like they don't do that often. And so in Masters, is that like what they would always do? It's like just because like you're right, he could have denied me honestly like 2 waves if you just let it slow push.
Mm-hmm. But that's why we're lucky, right? And we get to take advantage of that and be lucky. Yes, people will perma freeze wave when you're losing. You have to realize like you're gonna keep getting better, and the players are gonna keep getting better. So we need to play. Sure. We need to play like we're better, right? So we need to realize like the consequences to our actions, which is him freezing on you and making it such a pain for you to be able to fix it.
For sure.
Like, no lie, if this Malphite was better, you actually start losing off that. Like, you start losing hard off that.
You start out damaging me. Right
yep.
Here.
So I think that's a big thing, is just like respecting where we are and understanding the consequences of what our actions are.
For sure.
This is hard shove into plate into rift angle, which we do, which is great. Now this is something I wanted to see really quick. Now this is something I wrote down because I genuinely am unsure, because I see what you were doing here, but I want to see something really quick. So even though you walk out, so you get the stack. We know that you got the stack, right? So look, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Because you got the assist, but I want to see if you get the gold regardless, just because you have the assist. So we'll find out. Because you're at 4 of 10, 9%.
So he doesn't smite. Let's see, that's why I was expecting him to smite. I think he did that so he can get the full gold.
Now you notice that, so you go 5 of 10, right? So you get the stack. So it is confirmed you need to be in this circle to actually get the gold from the assist. So now we know, because I was genuinely curious about that. So you get the stack but no gold. So I just wrote that down because I wanted to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he did that so he get the full. That's so annoying, but it's okay. We get the kill.
You got the last tick of ignite on the kill. That's beautiful. I mean, it made up for it, right? Because he might have taken the 300 gold, but you got the gold for that, so.
Yeah. He had smite. Oh, he held it. That's wild. Okay.
I mean, he did go beast mode, though.
Yeah, he did. That's why I said, you know, you deserve it. Do that every day.
So this is just a weird one because he has ulti available. This is a little scary because you can't see him. Understandable. We just walk away. This is pretty coin flip-esque. Like, and we did the right thing during the game, which is to call for help on this because he is so low. And then you call for help, and then Silas is on the way. So this is just one of those plays where you're just consistently baiting. You're staying like right at the edge of ulti range with your W ready to go in case he does try to do something weird. But also just pinging. But you got to realize too. See this way. When, and we have vision, which is great, but you got to imagine too, something to think about. If you're calling for help because of this, because enemies low HP, they're probably calling for help too. And that's why Graves is here as well. So it's just something to think about. You can almost always expect jungler to think, like most junglers are going to be pretty similar thinking, unless like bot side is low or something like that, and enemy jungler could go there instead and just do a little trade-off. But in this situation where it's like there's really nothing going on, you can pretty much guarantee that Graves or enemy jungler is on their way as well, because this guy has ulti and he's probably calling for help too. So it's just something to think about in these situations, that almost always it's a 2v2. So just be expecting enemy jungler to be there as well. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Like he was behind you. Yeah, he was ready to go.
Oh, did Graves not see Silas?
No, Silas is too smart. Silas stayed out of vision. He stayed in Rift Pit, waited for him to clear, and then he pushed. It was actually pretty smart.
Wow.
Yeah, see, so he'll go down, and then he sits on corner, and he just stands there for a second, and then he waits.
Crazy player. Oh.
Yep, and then he walks through. But this is.
I was expecting him to run into Silas or run into Graves. But,
yeah. Nah, this is good though when you're playing. Like I would just say the biggest thing really, because you are peaking, is to really take advantage of being in these games. Because even if you do go on a losing spree or whatever, like there's still so much to learn right now, right? Like watch the way people are playing, watch what they're doing, because this is what you're gonna need to adapt to. This is how you're gonna need to start playing as well. Like everybody in this elo, people understand, like it's kind of cool. People understand like Fog of War interactions, right? So this Silas knows that he can't be seen from here. So if you look at like blue side, he's right outside of it, right? This is something that comes with more time, like playing obviously, and like feeling out Fog of War. But for the most part, once you're like Masters Plus, everybody knows where the line is, like where he can see. And if you notice where Silas is when we click back, literally right outside of it, right? Kind of crazy, no?
yeah.
It's cool little things like this that separate, you know, the top 0.1% from like the rest of the players. It's just really small things like this.
For sure.
Like, I mean, he's literally walking and like staying right outside of it, right?
You think
Perfect.
this is a Smurf? Is he? You think he's actually Masters, or he's like actually? I feel like not even Masters players.
Nah, he's probably. Yeah, they do. He's probably. It's just Silas. I mean, Silas is super coin flip jungle, right? So if he gets ahead, then every Silas looks like he's smurfing. Now, if he didn't get those early kills, he'd probably be the 0-4 one, to be completely honest. That's just how Silas jungle works. Very coin flip. Hold on, I'm going to respond to this question in chat. If the enemy support is staying top lane, neither of those are the option. What your team should be doing is jungler should just be bot lane, and they should just be perma-diving the solo ADC. And that's the best way to deny him CS and gold, right? So you just play weak side, and you just play under tower, and then your team should be 3-man diving on repeat the enemy ADC that's all by himself.
Oh, that's another thing. What is weak side and what is strong side? So red, like, where am I technically weak side?
There is no like definite. It just depends on how the game works, right? So weak side just means that enemy never comes top. Okay, so let's look at the map like from a big perspective, and then I can explain it probably better. So sometimes games end up going like this, where there is no, like, you don't go into a game and there's a weak side and a strong side, right? But jungler's diagonal jungle, right? For the most part. So
yeah.
What that means is they're usually trying to be like opposite sides of each other and then make plays. They might meet in mid lane, or they might somebody might counter gank, whatever. But what happens is, let's say jungler has control of bot side of the map. Let's say Graves has control of bot side of the map, right? So he's farming these camps and he's farming these camps. So he is ganking on repeat because he's just staying bot lane. So this is enemy strong side, because he's taking both camps from this side, and our jungler doesn't feel comfortable going into this jungle because he doesn't know if it's warded or what, and Graves has already been farming all of his camps, whatever. But this means that Silas diagonal jungles and can do the same thing. So he can take enemies' camps and take his camps, and then he can focus on camping top side. So now this makes top side strong side.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I guess what I'm saying is like, or what What you're talking about, yeah. I think I'm confusing it with another term. It's like more, you know how, I guess it all goes back to like, I guess esports. Like people would prefer to be on one side, and so as a top laner, is this the best, like the NI code best side for me?
As a
Or
top
is blue
laner,
side?
blue side is better.
Okay.
Now, the reason blue side is better is because you're a snowball champion. So you have all of this free reign, right? So what this means for you, if you are on the other side, is that if you were to get a lead, let's say you get 2 early kills or something like that, right?
Yeah.
You're able to shove this guy under tower and then make plays into enemy jungle. You're able to make plays freely to mid lane, and you're able to make plays more openly to Rift Herald. So the reason that this is a better side for you is because you can snowball a lot harder, right? Does that make sense?
Okay.
Because it flows better for you. It flows better for you. Now imagine if you're playing on the side that you're on, right? If you're playing on this side, on red side, and you have a lead, once you shove wave, you have to push past this line to shove wave, and then you don't really have any freedom of where you can go, right? You can't go anywhere. It's like I can go into enemy jungle, but it doesn't feel that great because I don't have as many avenues as I do over here. I can go here, I can go here, I can walk through here, I can walk behind here. There's so much more that you can do from the other side. And when you're pushing red side here, all you can really do is like I can go get scuttle with my lead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the same way with bot side too. Is that when bot gets really ahead, they can use Tribush here. And then if like blue side gets really ahead, they can't do anything. So not only, okay, and another reason why is because you're more you're more prone to getting ganked as well from this side. From blue side, like if you're bot, right? Because when they push past this line, they don't really have as many escapes, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's a lot harder for them.
Okay.
Because if your other side and somebody, let's say somebody ganks you from behind, you have another avenue of escape, right? You could just walk up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's more to work with. Because whoever has Tribush on opposing side is better off, basically. The weak side is, but the weak side and the strong side is decided by, you know, what the junglers decide to do. But if we put it into really like simplistic terms, then yeah, strong side is always going to be blue for top and then red for bot.
Okay. See, I always prefer to be on this, like the side that we are in.
On this side?
I don't know.
On red side?
Yeah.
Really? I like blue side better. I like being able to like just perma shove and then gank mid like level 3, level 4 and like just do crazy stuff for fun with no consequence.
See, for me, it's like I prefer red side because, like you saying that, I feel like when I'm on this side, I'm so used to just getting ganked.
Yeah.
all the time, so I'm just like, I love to bring pressure like nonstop. Oh.
My League of Legends crashed. Dang, I'm having crashes like crazy. Okay, to be fair, I am recording, streaming on Streamlabs and streaming on Discord. So my computer probably doesn't like this very much.
So I think you told me you would have reset it here.
Mm-hmm. It's just a little greed because I just don't know where Cat was, right? So mid lane prio, like this whole, okay. Let's look at this front here. So I don't know if it's worth it for you to like flash in here or like go for any crazy. I mean, if he hits the hook or if he hits the thing, sure. But like, look how far away they are. Like right here, this play's kind of like done for me, honestly. Like I don't even think you do any damage anyways, right? I mean, this guy just, and even Silas concedes too. He just walks away. So I just wouldn't have chased. I would have just got mid prio and then reset.
Okay. Because
I'm not really expecting, I don't know, let's see. Like, Jace gets a kill, cool. Like, I don't really care. I'm just going to get mid-prio and then back because it's safer for me. And I'm also sitting on 1,400 gold. I'm sitting on a Tiamat and boots. You know, like, I got some decent gold. And I'm not really expecting my Silas to walk through, but the proper macro play is just mid-prio into a recall, basically.
And see, I think that's why I like Gourd Trinker. Because if I had Gourd Trinker, I think I would have just been full HP.
Yeah.
And like stuff like that, I feel like stuff like these little skirmishes are just happening non-stop that It's like that thing. That's why I just feel like that was always my playstyle. Like doing this is just me pretty much just autopiloting.
Yeah.
My original playstyle.
But you lose flash here because you just.
Oh, for sure.
You're kind of autopiloting again, Loki. Because look at this. You see Katarina. Like you see Katarina on minimap. This is your guys' vision. This is red side vision. You can see it. And then you still posture in the tower here. Like this is fine. Take that last minion mid prio, reset now. You got what you wanted.
Yeah.
But you like walk in and then walk away. But you already saw, you knew she was there. You know what I mean? So then you have to flash when you shouldn't have to. At least you know what Katarina does, so you know that she was gonna jump to the next minion, so that's good. So we do all this, and then we're gonna get solo rift here in a second. We get top prio as well, which I really like. Let me change vision. We got the tower. So we can do. Oh, okay, I remember now where we're at right now. Okay. So we were trying to push this wave. So I was gonna say if you wanted to push it, then you can just wait for wave, because you always want double waves to stack, right? You want to wait for the wave to stack to not throw off the tempo, because you don't want to shove this so hard that your wave behind hasn't touched the wave in front. So then you walk in and then the minions die because you only have 2 of the casters, and then you have to walk back out and then walk back in. It's just slowing down your efficiency of actually taking the tower, if that makes sense, because you have to walk away and then walk back in. It just slows it down. So here, once you knew that Zoe was here in this, if you're not going for the dive, there's no reason to stutter step and like waste time. Like next play, let's go. What's the next play? Next play, you said you wanted solo riff. Let's go solo riff. Let's not stand around and like waste, you know. Let's go straight to it. Not play any games and go straight there. Like I think solo riffs are very risky, and I think you could get away with it even if you didn't have this big of a lead, but you would have to go for it right away. Do you know what I mean? Like this game is different. This game is free. Yeah. This game is free. Like I get that. It's free. But I'm just saying, like if you're gonna do solo riffs are super OP, but you need to know when is the right time to do it. So if we look at your vision here, great vision all around the board. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're gonna be able to see if anybody tries to stop you. So that's what makes it more safe. But if you're going to solo rift, you have to do it fast. Like right when you walk out of vision here and he can't see you, like your team's fighting for dragon, which makes you get this for free without any contest. But solo rifts are still really good, even if your team isn't putting like pressure on dragon or something like that, and they're not fighting. Like you could still do this while top laners farming this, mid laners are still here. Like you can do this, but you just have to identify, like make sure you check all the boxes. Like okay, I've got vision. Like I know that jungler is like I just saw him on Krugs or something like that, and then I can just start doing it. You know what I mean? Because you could
actively do that, like
if I'm able to, yeah. But there's a lot of boxes to check to do it, because if you mess it up, it's just such a huge throw. So because really then jungler comes in and grabs it. So but you get solo rift, which is like massive. Anytime a top laner is able to solo rift, it's pretty OP. Pretty OP.
I barely have opportunities to do that.
I really, and then this as well, I really just think it's a reset angle. I mean, you have nothing. You know what I mean? I understand that like this is going on, but at the same time, and I know that there's 3 dead, but at the same time, I just feel like it's reset angle and let this wave come back, you know? Well, actually, this wave is going to be stuck because of that one.
Yeah, I saw
cannon,
opening. To me, I saw this as an opening. Because everyone focused on my team. My team was bringing pressure down there.
I guess you didn't use Rift either, huh?
No, I didn't.
1, 2, 3. How many? Let's see what you see on minimap real quick.
Because I saw Malphite.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's the only person that can really just jump on me and kill me.
Let me just watch it like this, real quick.
Yeah, because what I think is like, to me, is like after Jace got that kill, it's like, oh, I have time to push.
So does Malphite really just not respond to you at all?
No, he goes straight to, he goes straight bot, yeah.
Huh. Well, I mean, okay. All right.
Yeah, if he would have showed up right here, I would have just left, of course. But when I saw him down there, I was like, oh, okay. Because I guess you could show up right here.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, I guess you can push that, and if he shows, you can just queue backwards. And that's fine. Yeah. All right, that works. Nothing wrong with that then. I'm surprised he wouldn't. I'm surprised he wouldn't respond to you though. I mean, like any normal person would. You got to be careful on who that is though that's showing up, because if it's like an Aurelia or something that can close gap real hard, then it's.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
I think he actually kills Jace. Yeah, he kills Jace. So.
All right, this is where games get thrown. Is we want to avoid the throw. So this play here, like you get out of this, which is great, and you had your finger ready to go, like. You know, this play here is over. This play, you see 3, and so there's a 3v2, but your HP is half, 3 full. Like I know that you guys have a huge lead and all, but this is how games get thrown, is by making plays like this, right? So,
yeah,
you just gotta let him die. It's just not worth it. You just gotta let him die here.
I try to save him by blocking. Yeah, that was a terrible play.
Yeah,
that's a throw.
But if you walk away though, so does Vigar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you walk away, so does Vigar, and then he doesn't die either, because then he sees that you walk away.
I think Silas even dies.
Yeah, this ends up being pretty bad. I'm pretty sure. Let's see.
Kills like 2 or 3. No, I think he kills 2.
He do be fighting. I mean, still, it's just not worth it. You know, it's just not worth it.
But that's all because I did that.
Yeah. But if you walk away, then he doesn't, then Vigar does too. And that's fine. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Why not just take the 1-for-1? You know what I mean? Like Jace got the kill on Graves, and we just dip out. I mean, it's a greedy play from everybody all around. Like, you know, like even Jace going for that is super greedy. This is a good play to summon Rift Herald because it gives you time. So Rift Herald gives you mid-prio. Like you get the wave, and then these guys have to respond to this, right? And this gives you enough time to do this. So this is a good usage of the Rift Herald to put that down, and then be able to get Baron because of it. And then one thing I wanted to point out that I saw when you were running is to make sure that like when you're queuing through jungle and stuff, make sure you're actually hitting the minions, because it'll reduce your cooldown. So you kind of just want to be thinking about it ahead of time and just have it in your head, because obviously when we look at cooldowns, you know, it's 4 seconds, but when you hit a minion, it's 50% refund, so it's 2 seconds. So if you just like queued a little bit, like if you queued here just so you would hit him with the side, you would just be a little faster. And obviously for this, it does. Yeah, obviously for this it doesn't matter, but it's just like something to think about in the future, is that you can always like queue off of minion waves that maybe your jungler's doing a camp. Like sometimes, like if you walk in through jungle and your jungler's doing Krugs, I mean, you just queue it to get back to lane faster, and then it helps him a little bit too. It's just little things like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And usually, me personally, I really don't like being where my team is, because I play a lot of Hull Breaker. So ideally, I would have just gone mid lane here.
I think that's why I was trying to path to, but then that happened to me.
Yep.
Do I end up doing that?
I think this game's over from here. I'm pretty sure you guys just wipe. But
yeah, he has the blind E.
And this was actually good. So the reason I'm telling you to pull like this and go the other way is what you're doing is you're splitting up the team. Notice how Malphite responds to you, and then it's much easier for your team to get a pick on this side when their big front line is, you know, he's walking. Somebody's gonna walk towards you as you walk across and try to get this. So you're just being, this is your play style. This is what you like to do. You like to cause chaos. This is how you cause chaos. While they're getting this inhib, I'm working my way up here. And so what do they like when you do this, instead of like all funneling one way, and right where we've got like pressure coming from here. Yeah, I just realized that I don't have, oh, this is probably glitching hard, whatever, it's fine. Instead of just all the pressure being channeled here, right, you can also move it, channel it here, and then they forget about what's happening here too. So they're just like, they've gotten nothing that they can respond to. They just have no way.
For sure.
You know what I mean? That's why.
Yeah, I try to do that all the time.
Yep.
I get that from because I used to play soccer as a kid, and there was like a strategy called switching the field, and so like if there's nothing, like if you know they're all here, they're ready to see that we're on one side. If we like switch the field, now we're getting them to move around and to create openings.
That is literally like what you're supposed to do as a mobile split push champion. And I I like this. I like that you focused, you ignored the BS, because this is how people throw games. Like, they're just having fun, you know, they're trying to get all these kills, but they don't realize when you hand over like 2,000 gold to, like, let's say, you know, it depends who gets it. I mean, Katarina gets it, or they have a better ADC, they have like a Jinx instead of Ezreal, and that carry gets 2,000 gold. You might have just ruined the game. You know what I mean? So all this fighting is completely useless. This is you're playing to win, which I like to see, which is the same thing. I just want out. You know what I mean? I'm ready to. By the way, did you see that? Watch this.
What?
Watch what Malphite does. That's hilarious. You'll see in a second. Malphite's a funny guy.
I think I saw an ult animation. He hit the wall, did he?
Yeah.
That's what I thought I saw. I was like, why did he look weird? Because in my head, when this was happening, I was just focused on ending. But like,
Yeah,
I was like, he looked kind of funny. Why does he look kind of funny?
He's just a real funny guy. And then we just go for the end here, and game over. So good job. 2 wins in a row. D150 LP, new peak. We love to see it. Ooh, all right. Another good session together. You love to see it. Well, look at you now. You're high elo. You are now officially in the top 1% of players. You are at top 0.85 currently.
Yeah.
0.85, which is, I'm pretty sure you just got that today, because even like D2 is top 2%. So I think you literally just got that off the 2 games that you won today. You are now officially a top 1% player.
It's like uncharted territory.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to see it, man. To be honest.
For sure. All right.
Well,
anyways, but thank you for your coaching session.
It's always fun getting to coach you. So hopefully I'll be coaching you when I'm Grandmasters and you're Masters and you're trying to make the next step. So I'll probably see you for a 3rd session. Hopefully.
Oh. Yep.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon, okay? If you ever need me, you know you can just DM me, all right?
For sure. Of course.
All right. Peace out, brother. You have a great day. You better hit Masters soon, all right?
I will.
All right. Peace
Bye.
out, bro.